Really, is there any question about why I love Halloween?
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
There are two things that really scare me: bread mold and shadow people. Bread mold is legitimately terrifying. We can't even get into a discussion on why bread mold scares me so much, but it does. The other thing that disturbs me are shadow people. What happened was, one night I was walking up to my bedroom and all the other lights in the house were out, and I turned on the light really fast, and it was just one of those trick of the eyes, and it looked like a body fell from the ceiling to the floor, like a shadow body. I didn't know what shadow people were at the time. Somebody was kind enough to give me a link to shadow people at like 1 a.m. when this happened, and of course I didn't sleep the rest of the night. But it all comes back to imagination. I think that what you can't see or what you aren't sure you see is so much scarier than what you see. And I think a really good example of that is from the movie Signs, which I don't really like, but it's a good example. So I'm going to put my hand up like this when I'm done talking about Signs. So if you don't want to hear anything about Signs, just cover your ears or mute it for a second, and then when I put my hand up again, we're free to talk. So there's a scene in Signs where there's a person and they're standing in the living room and there's an alien in the house or in the area, and you see the TV behind them, and you see the shadow or the shape of the alien in the television, and it's so scary. Oh, it's scary. I mean, scary to me. Like, everything scares me, but it's really, really scary, and you're like, oh my God, look behind you. And then you see the alien a few minutes later, and you just laugh your ass off because it's the most ridiculous looking thing you've ever seen, and then you feel really stupid for the fact you're really scared, or maybe it's just me, but the point is that it was so much scarier when you couldn't see it than when you do see it. And so shadow people, it's basically just their ghosts, and you see them out of your peripheral vision, and it's just very fleeting glances. It's basically your eyes playing tricks on you, and you kind of, I guess, perpetuate the fear because you think you see something, and then obviously you don't see it anymore, and so you're creating in your mind what you can no longer see with your eyes. So I don't know if this makes any sense, but shadow people scare me. Bread mold scares me. I'm going to say almost anything scares me. I probably scare the easiest of all of my friends. I don't do the scary movies. I like to write scary things because I think I know what's going to happen, and so it makes it less scary. The last thing I'll say is that, and I'm going to get teased about this, so I can't believe I'm actually going to admit to it, but I will for the sake of this video. I won't go into a bathroom or any place that has like a lot of mirrors if it's really close to midnight, because I don't want to be in the bathroom at midnight, because I grew up with all those, ridiculous tales about, like, if you look in the mirror right at midnight, you'll see Bloody Mary, or you'll see something really scary. And so if it's like 11:58 and I have to pee or I have to get ready for bed, I'll wait a few minutes until it's after midnight rather than be in the bathroom at midnight. So these are my absurd admissions this Wednesday afternoon. I'm going to go eat some sugar and make myself feel better so that I can sleep tonight. But I hope you guys all have a good Halloween.